Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Children, in the last video, we had discussed measuring cylinders, different types of measuring cylinders, their uses, and the method of determination of density of a liquid and of a gas. Yesterday only, I have given you a hint of the process of sinking and floating. I had asked you to write the name of 5 objects, each of which are sinking in water and which are floating in water. Hope you all have done that in your fair copy. Now children, today we will discuss about the principle of sinking and floating. See children, there are many solids like wood and ice which can float on water. You have seen boats and ship also float in water, but solids like iron and aluminium, if you take an iron pin, okay, or you take a solid of aluminium, when you will drop on the surface of water, what you will find that it will sink in water. So how you will judge that whether a material will float or that material will sink in the water? Look children, we can tell this by looking at the density of that substance. Okay, if the density of given material is less than 1 gram per centimeter cube, look children, the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. So if the given material's density is less than 1 gram per centimeter cube, it is less denser than water, then it will float on the surface of water. Whereas if the given material is having greater density than 1 gram per centimeter cube, then it will sink in the water. So by looking at the density, you can tell whether a material will float on in water or it will sink in water. Okay, the density of ice is what? Like material, you say ice, the density of ice is 0.92 gram per centimeter cube, which is less than 1. So it can easily float on the surface of water, whereas the density of aluminium and iron is more than the density of water. So therefore aluminium and iron sink in water. Now can you think of a reason why a ship made of iron or steel? Ships are made up of iron or steel only, no? Can you give a reason why a ship made of iron or steel, which is a density higher than water, floats in water? You have seen, no, ship doesn't sink in the water, it floats on the surface of water. Whereas you take the same material pin, if you take an iron pin and you drop on the surface of water, you will find that it will sink in the water. A big ship is floating and a very small pin is sinking. What is the reason behind it? Beta, the reason behind is the Archimedes principle. Now what is Archimedes principle? The Archimedes principle states that any object wholly or partially immersed in a fluid, whether it is wholly immersed or partially means a less fraction, okay, partially immersed in a fluid, experiences an upward force called the buoyant force. Okay children, that means if you take a substance, whether it is wholly immersed, that means it is completely inside the water, or partially inside the water, the water will exert an upward force. The fluid in which it is sinking or just floating, it will exert an upward force called the buoyant force. It will exert an upward force called buoyant force, which is equal to, now how much buoyant force will be exerted by the fluid? That buoyant force will be equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by it. That means, for example, see the ship. This is the size of the ship. That means when the ship comes in on the surface of water, it had displaced the water. Earlier water was here. Now since the ship has come here, it has displaced an amount of water from here. So the buoyant force exerted by the water is equal to the fluid displaced by the object, which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. Okay, so how much buoyant force is exerted by the fluid? The weight of the fluid displaced by that object. Okay, so ships are designed or boats are designed in such a way so as to displace water equal in weight to its own weight. That means whatever will be the weight of the ship, that much amount of water or the fluid will be displaced by this ship when it is wholly or partially immersed in the fluid. Okay, so A floating ship displaces water equal to its own weight and does not sink in water. Okay, children, this is known as the buoyant force. Again, I am repeating, what is buoyant force? A buoyant force is an upward force exerted by the fluid which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by that object. Okay, and ships and boats are made in such a way so that they will displace an equal amount of water as their its own weight. So buoyant force is equals to what, beta? Weight of the fluid displaced by a body. Okay, Archimedes principle is very, very important. You must learn all this. Today's homework is to find out more examples of Archimedes principles, more applications of Archimedes principle. Okay, find them. Now the next topic is comparison of densities in the three states of matter. Now what is density? Density is the ratio of mass per unit volume, or we can say density is the, what is density? Density is the arrangement of how closely packed the atoms in a particular substance. If the atoms are very closely packed, we say that the object is very high density. If the atoms are not tightly packed or closely packed, then that object has less density. Now we will discuss the three states of matter depending upon based on the densities. Okay, solids. Now after just you all know the molecular structure of densities, atomic structure, how the molecules are very compactly packed inside a liquid state. Okay, so solids have the highest density since their molecules are closely packed, whereas liquids have intermediate density. Okay, less than solids but more than the gases, and gases have the lowest density as the molecules move at high speeds with large spaces between them. So which has the highest density? Which state of matter has the highest density? Solid has the highest density, whereas liquid has intermediate density and gases have lowest density. Okay, children. Now see, children, your homework is what? Your homework is to find out, do the try out given on page number 22 by yourself. Your homework is find applications of Archimedes principle, do try out given on page number 22, and do exercises of section A, question number 1, 2 and 3 in your book itself. Okay, children, mark the answer in the book itself. Read the chapter again, understand it properly, and do all these exercise by yourself. Okay, children, take care of yourself. Thank you.